Producing, though.
Was he?
I said the NFC South is the worst division. I heard that today from
The NFC South?
Joiner. No, the AFC South.
AFC South?
For fantasy football, no. But
No, because I got Robinson from the Jackson Jaguars, and he's third.
No, overall. Like,
overall.
In terms of strength of schedule and, like,
they're pretty terrible.
wins, losses.
Well, don't the Steelers really actually have their easiest schedule?
Practically.
Yes, they do.
Beautiful.
And they're undefeated.
Are you a Steelers fan now, Izzy?
Dude, that was so much more fun to watch than any other football game.
It was just a shit show, but it was beautiful. RG3 broke loose for like a 30-yard run. That last guy. All those QBs that ran 4.4s, once they get hurt, they immediately are at a 4.5 for the rest of their life.
That's still a 4.5, man.
Yeah, it's still track speed. It's nice, but
Talk about track speed. How about Tyreek Hill going off?
shout out to my fantasy team. 9-3 overall.
Did me
Touchdowns
well.
and tangents go 73 deep.
I scored nearly 200 points in my fantasy league.
I left like 60 points on my bench. And oh man.
Anybody have Hill and still lose their fantasy team?
Yeah, it's possible. If you were going against Derrick Henry, you might somehow find a way to lose. Or if you had Tyreek Hill and you put him on your bench.
Why would you put Tyreek Hill on your bench, though?
Because it was the Buccaneers and they have like the top defense. But
you got Patrick Mahomes throwing it to one of the fastest guys in the NFL. Why would you ever bench Tyreek Hill?
Somebody had Derrick Hill on their bench when he went off that huge game, that 99-yard touchdown game. You know someone
My
did.
brother was just like, hey, did you forget your podcast again?
Oh, my God. Did you?
At like 11:15 or whenever the fuck I texted you, I was like putting away the leftovers and I just like was like, fuck!
Is that what that noise was? I thought a cat got run over by a car.
That's hilarious.
No, it was just the monolith coming out the earth and me screaming fuck.
Yeah. Which, again, like, we're just going to totally ignore that Ivan Ooze type monolith shit. Like, I kept seeing that in my newsfeed. I thought it was fake, and then it was real, and I'm like, I don't have the energy to deal with this much shit. I'm an adult, but this is ridiculous. Like, this is what I'm gonna drink away.
It's art or marketing, but I don't know.
You know, coming back to Thursday's game, I mean Wednesday's game. Do you think
it's weird? There's no game right now, though.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what's throwing me off. There's supposed to be a game today, but there isn't because of yesterday.
It's all this COVID bullshit. I mean,
did it get canceled?
I don't know why they couldn't have a game today. So.
Who was supposed to be today?
It was supposed to be Dallas and Baltimore.
At this point.
I think it was supposed to be Dallas and Baltimore, but it got pushed to Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I don't fucking know anymore, bro.
Well, I mean, like one of our talking points here, I mean, think about it. But Baltimore gets to postpone all these games this late in the season, and then you got the Denver Broncos playing a nobody at quarterback.
No one likes Drew Lock.
I saw the score for the Broncos game this weekend. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I had the Saints D.
31-3. Yeah.
I had a good week.
Yeah, I have the Buccaneers defense, and I have the I picked up the Rams on waivers, but I have Lamar in COVID protocol, so I'm still trying to.
But just the hypocrisy there, just because, like, is it because Denver is just complete garbage and doesn't care, nobody thinks, and then you got the reigning MVP Lamar too sick, and they're doing everything they can possible to rescheduling these games so he can play, and
it's a massive
then inevitably still
get their ass kicked.
Yeah. I mean, Denver didn't have a quarterback. Didn't have any quarterbacks. Bro. And they weren't allowed to postpone games.
And this is the second time this has happened to Denver, isn't it?
Is it?
Like, the first time they were the victim of a rescheduling. Wasn't it the Steelers? I don't know. They had to...
The Steelers were the ones who had to get... The Steelers got a bye.
Yeah.
They got their bye moved to week 4 because the Titans got COVID. And then they had to play that game on a weird night. And then they went through this whole shit, pushing the game back 4 times. But yeah,
crazy.
Came out with an easy win.
Yeah, but I think
Tomlin pretty much called them all out and said they still played shitty.
Played like a bunch of
happy with the
beaches
performance at all.
Yeah. said pretty much you guys play like a JV team. And can we be honest, Pete? Go back to when we played JV football. Wasn't those the dopest games? You can get away with the dumbest shit pregame.
JV?
Jesus.
No, freshman.
Definitely freshman. But JV, when they allowed, I don't know about Riverside, but out here they stopped. They said juniors couldn't play JV anymore. Cause fucking Inglewood High School, my freshman year, they did that shit to us. They had 9 freshmen and we were beating the shit out of them for about a quarter and a half. Then they said, fuck this. And they put in all their juniors and we got fucking beat from pillar. Bro, I was running down the field from a guy and he caught me and knocked me the fuck out. I'm just like,
you were running?
I was running. It was away from the play. This big 6'4", 320-pound motherfucker hawked me down and still launched my ass.
DK Metcalf was on the other team and hawked you down.
This motherfucker's playing right tackle. I'm like, you fat bitch, you're not even playing tomorrow night. He's like, yeah, I know. That's why the coach.
Fucking deep, bro?
I was like, did a fucking truck hit me? And this is after Lawrence Jackson left. This is like, I think, right after Lawrence Jackson had left. And Inglewood, they're like, oh, it's a down year. No, they still had a squad full of ridiculous people. Like, their safety and their linebacker was banging on me. And I was like, yeah, I can't say what I said back.
Speaking of JV, the Raiders had a total JV showing. If you missed it, you really didn't miss shit. Feel sorry for my dad.
That was some.
Went to Wild Wings.
That was some BDSM shit.
Was at Wild Wings, pounding $3 Bud Lights.
Did he twerk during the game?
I wasn't even trying to drink, but by the second half, I was like, well, now I have to drink after watching this bullshit for 30 minutes.
That's how it feels when your team's losing. It's like, I'm wasting all of my time right now.
Like,
yeah, so I might as well be drinking.
Life minutes. It was depressing. Like, again, like all Falcons games and Raiders games need to just come with like, this might be pornographic in nature, what you're about to watch.
And then the fucking Rams, Jared Goff, little hand.
Yeah, he did not play well.
San Francisco just has it out for LA Rams, man.
How did, like, I kept watching the score because I have like some fantasy. I have Robert Woods on my fantasy team, and he saved me a couple times, but I definitely traded Robert Woods to get Devontae Adams and Allen Robinson.
About your fantasy team.
Doesn't matter. I got Devontae Adams, and I'm the number 1 seed, bitch. I'm winning.
And that trade was a trade raise. And you don't pay for money, so nobody cares about your fantasy team.
Guess what? I don't lose any money. Like, I can't play in a fantasy league.
Scrub with your JV fantasy league.
Actually, my fantasy league is amazing. I'm an amazing drafter. You should listen to me.
You need to play for money then. Stop.
Yeah. I shoot dice.
Talk. What?
I'd rather shoot dice because there's a guaranteed chance I'm going to roll 7s. I have no control over playing fantasy football for money. That shit is wild. I'd rather get called out to a basketball court and lose on merit than play fantasy football and potentially blow $100. I'll just fucking invest some money and buy something off Cash
20,
App.
You spend 20 on a fucking meal at Norris.
I haven't been to Norm's in a long time, so fuck you, buddy.
Well, when you do, you spend a minimum of $20.
And did we not go together? Didn't you get chicken strips too, bitch?
I'm just saying.
Don't tell half the story. Like, your bill actually came out to be more than mine.
Well,
who gets steak, eggs?
Fair.
Bro, you got steak, eggs, salad, and chicken strips. That was some wild shit. How you get steak and eggs and chicken strips? How high were you that day?
Yeah, man. A lot of people today, I was listening to the radio, are not happy with Jared Goff.
See what he just
did? People
did?
are saying it's a must-win for him.
I mean,
versus the Cardinals.
When they won on Monday night, was it Monday night? I think it was. When Woods and Kupp had like 150 yards receiving, it's clearly not the receivers. It's clearly Goff. Like,
I think it's McVay more than it's Goff, to be honest.
I mean, because the defense plays up to par. Like, the coaching is there. If Goff is the one making those decisions on the field, like, bro, you got to get somebody open. Yeah, I think in clutch situations in the fourth quarter, I would blame McVay. The first and fourth quarter, I blame McVay. Everything in between, it's Goff. Because, like, at one point,
yeah, I think it's both. I mean, I think they're just a team in transition. Like,
to what
they're
though?
I mean, they got talent everywhere on that team. I mean,
I mean, when you look at them, they have a coach, they have the defense. You know, what they don't have is their identity on offense is that they don't have an identity. You know, they can win multiple ways with multiple guys killing you, but you know, if you're not on your A game, that don't get you so far. You don't have that alpha who can just go out and make a play for you. They want it to be Jared Goff, but he's probably more of the Alex Smith mold. He can game manage you to a Super Bowl. We know that for sure.
You won't win it though. But it's interesting when you think about Goff in that situation because against the Bears, look at what he did. Sorry, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about your Bears. I'm really sad. Like I want them to have a quarterback, but it's just not happening.
No.
They said historically he bounces back from bad games. He always has a good game after a bad game.
But the key is the bad game.
Yeah, the bad game is bad.
How is it possible for so many quarterbacks or like key players to have a really, really good season one year and then like the year following is awful?
People get tape on you. They learn your tendencies.
Figure
and
out.
Also, I think people get complacent too. You know, they don't want to change their game. They don't want to adapt. Like Carson Wentz. They regress. They're too much of gunslingers. They're too much of naturals and rely too much on their abilities rather than trying to learn the fundamentals and
Jay Cutler.
The mental aspect of the game.
Cutler.
Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff on the Eagles this week on social media.
They're so bad.
Wentz is done too.
It's sad because it's like if you just gave the ball to Miles Sanders, you'd win games.
So what's up with the Eagles bringing in Jalen Hurts for like one or two plays?
What I was gonna say is a lot of it is the college game. Like a lot of it is the way the college game is set up. Like these quarterbacks are putting up outrageous numbers, and it's like there's always something sexier and flashier coming up next. But that's not always the case. Like they don't always hit.
But Wentz has just been snake bitten. Like he had the tools. Like I think if Wentz was on the Rams, they'd be much better. And if Goff was on the Eagles, take out all the injuries, they'd be much better. Weirdly, at this stage of their careers, the switch would actually make sense. Because Miles Sanders can do everything. All you have to do is give him the ball. What is Jared Goff good at doing? Distributing the ball. Don't make him make live or die throws. Just give him someone he can get the ball to and design it properly. Wentz can do a little bit extra, but you don't want him to do too much because ever since he tore his ACL and he got his knee crushed on that play, like you see, he can do stuff if you have guys around him. Like he'll do a little bit extra. You don't want him to do everything because he can't handle it. He's proven he can't handle it. And you're seeing at Philly, everything's breaking down, and so is Wentz. Everything should look better with the Rams. They're right there in contention. The Cardinals are playing themselves out of games. And the Seahawks just, at this point, everybody in this room could get 3 yards to carry on the Seahawks defense. No joke.
I don't know about that.
3 yards.
They've been playing a lot better.
Bro, like, look at their numbers against the run. It's terrible.
Yeah, but look at their numbers.
And pass defense is terrible.
They started off the year giving up like 450 total yards a game.
So now it's what, 300?
Now it's like 360.
That's still bad.
It's a pretty big jump, bro. That's 100 yards in a season.
400 to 360? 400 to 360.
Bro, it's a big jump. You got to remember.
360 is bad in itself.
You got to remember, they just added Jamal Adams. They just added Carlos Dunlap. Their D-line was a mess all offseason, changing bodies in and out. Their linebacking core was been unstable this year outside of